Hey, Rusty, what happened the first time on E.R.A?
What a good question that is. Jenny Schmidt. It is October 22nd, 2022, and it is late afternoon. You're chilling on your couch, surrounded by empty cans of various alcoholic beverages, thumbed through pages of manga and doujinshi,
Mostly
empty snack
doujinshi.
bags, mostly doujinshi, food scraps, TV might be on, you're kind of droning it out, and you're on your phone, scrolling through whatever social media you'd like, and then swapping over to another, then swapping over back to the first one.
Yeah, it's mostly just
Sort of,
Reddit.
it's not great. How are
She's
you
currently
feeling?
flipping through Am I the Asshole posts, and yeah.
Around this time, your phone buzzes, you get a text. The contact name is listed as "Do not interact" and three skull emojis. He is your ex-boyfriend.
Oh, she fucking ignores it then.
Do you even read it at all? Because it would have popped up at the top of your screen.
No, she immediately, just like, when reading it, just swipes up.
You continue thumbing through the socials for a little bit, and then around 5-10 minutes later, you get another text from this same individual.
Man, r/coffee is really interesting tonight. Swipes up.
Your social media is interrupted by him actually trying to call you.
I'm gonna roll the reflect, even though I know exactly what she's going to lock into. Yeah. Oh,
Holy crap.
well, that's fitting. She answers.
Hey, I know you're not doing anything important right now.
Oh,
Look,
really?
it's
You're
nothing.
really assuming that? That's so cute. I have a life outside of you, you know.
Barely. You're probably doing one of three things, and you wouldn't have picked up if it was two out of those.
Listen, I'm just relaxing after the guy who came over is taking a shower.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. You should hop in there with him. You probably stink.
Not my thing, I don't think.
Listen, I'm in the area, and don't get the wrong idea, but you have some of my band hoodies. I would just like them back. Is that so much to ask?
Didn't you buy these to impress me? I'm considering them gifts.
Jenny, I'm really not asking for that much here. Just a small, just iota of kindness.
She hangs up.
The camera pans away from your apartment and cuts to your ex-boyfriend, Hector, and he's being stood. One of his good friends is standing next to him. He takes the phone away from his ear. She fucking hung up on me. That's what I was saying, man. You can't just keep sort of letting this girl just walk all over you like that. Okay, well, what am I supposed to do? Just go over there and just slam on the door and just demand the hoodies back? I mean, maybe that's what I would do. This is why you're single. Guilty as charged. Camera pans back to you.
He's probably talking to one of his lame friends now. She looks down at the probably unwashed band hoodie she's wearing.
The text for the band Korn is very faded and gross and stained. This is not your hoodie.
No, it's my hoodie.
Well,
no.
it is now.
She kind of like, yeah, give them an inch and they'll take a mile. She looks at the silent audience that's around her, and then goes back to frowning.
A few more hours pass. Maybe you move to get up and do one of the other two of the three things that Hector alluded to.
She gets on her computer and begins playing hit game Hearts of Iron 4.
As you move your computer chair out, you hear like the of just crap in the way of your swivel chair wheels.
She just like kicks it out of the way.
It hurts your foot a little bit.
Fine. Wow. Well, that hurt. I guess it's time to smoke it off. She pulls out a fucking blunt and just... It's mildly damp and shit. What, like...
Ooh.
Oh, fuck. She begins scrounging around trying to find an actual, like... where she keeps her stash. She might be running low.
You managed to scrounge something together and light up. And it starts to get a little later in the evening, and you get really into Hearts of Iron 4, and your phone starts buzzing again. You get pissed off because the last time that happened, it was someone you didn't want to talk to, and it's someone slightly you want to talk to a little more. It's your older brother, Jack.
It's time to... Wow.
Don't do it.
I wanna. She wants to like not. She wants to ignore it. She wants to keep gaming, but she kind of like sighs and is going to answer the phone.
Hi. Hey. I didn't want to be that much of a bother, but when are you coming over?
You're on the other side of the country. Why would I be heading over?
It's Mom's birthday. Jenny. We've talked about this for like 2 months now.
Avery, I don't remember getting a single one of those messages.
We've been on calls. You verbally told me that you understand. I paid for the plane tickets. What is... He sort of like there's like some mild background noise, clearly someone like calling for him. You can kind of recognize some cousins' voices, one of the voices also being your mother. Yeah, I'm wrapping up. Seriously, are you at home? Are you in your apartment right now?
She just kind of sits there quietly and she doesn't say anything because she knows he's going to understand.
Look, I get that he wasn't the nicest to you and breakups are hard. Trust me, I understand. But you can't just wallow in self-pity and just temporary solutions to happiness. You need to... You have people who care about you, people who... He sort of holds back a little bit. He puts his hand over his mouth like he's wants to scream or say something, but he's stopping himself. She wanted you here. She knew you would be here. Or she believed so hard that you would.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry I've disappointed you guys again.
No, you're not sorry, Jenny. And that's your problem. He hangs up.
I'm gonna ask you to roll to. I think I need to roll to defend against that shit.
Sure thing. 1d20 plus 1d6. Oof.
Ooh, that's. Let's see, she's currently at 10 health because this is the beginning. She's at 4. Jenny sits there for a minute, not really sure what to do, and then she decides, at the very least, she should probably, like, FaceTime her mom, say hi, maybe that, you know. She thought that she was going to promise to be better, but she knows she's not. No one's gonna buy that.
You pick up the phone and you FaceTime your mom, and she says words to you and you don't really hear them, but you know what they are. They're kind, the small questions. How are you? How have you been? But there's a question that she is trying hard to avoid because she realizes she knows what the answer is. The question of where are you and why aren't you here? But she doesn't ask it because she knows. Because she knows. And the call ends and you feel somehow worse than the previous call.
Yeah, it's just a breakup, that's all it was. She sighs, looking down at the plane ticket sitting on her desk. Sitting next to it is probably the confirmation that she lost her job, like the final check before she got fired, so that she just hasn't had the energy to cash in yet. You know, it's... Man, I must have been like Hitler in a previous life with the luck I have.
Early evening starts creeping slowly into twilight, and twilight starts creeping slowly into the midnight hours. And around 11:30 p.m., there's like a harsh knocking at your door.
She goes to her balcony.
It's a beautiful night in the city. The knocking still continues.
She still stays outside.
The knocking feels sort of echoey, far away. Right now, you try and feel tethered to this moment, this feeling. What a day you've had. Your brain starts to sort of replay all the memories of every single disappointment, every single negative emotion someone has had because of an action you have caused, or an action that you did. And it's unfortunately disrupted by a voice at the door. Very gross old voice. You recognize that as your landlord's voice. I know you're in there!
Maybe I should just
We're not doing that voice for her.
Maybe I should just jump. And then she looks at the door and decides that maybe, thinking if which option's better for her in this moment.
Jump off or talk to landlord.
She's weighing them pretty evenly and then decides, you know what, fuck it. How could this day get worse? She walks over and opens the door.
Your 70-something, 80-something landlord stands, just fist clearly a little red. She clearly swapped from knocking on with her fist to knocking with the walking cane she uses, and she pulls out a stupidly oversized pink plastic-covered iPad.
Schmidt, I'll have you know that we've gotten many complaints that you're not really following the recycling policies at our apartment complex.
She begins tippy-tapping on her iPad and pulls up security camera footage of you carrying a bag of mostly cans and bottles and just throwing it in the dumpster and clapping your hands and walking away.
Need I remind you of your renter's agreement you signed?
Yeah, sure, I'll do better in the future. She begins closing the door.
She sticks the cane in between the door and the frame.
I'm serious, you know. It's gotten very out of hand.
Jenny internally, yeah, like there's anything good that can be done with those cans. And then... Fine. Jeez, I'll recycle them, lady.
She looks over, she peeks in through the crack and just sees your room, sees your situation. Ugh.
Clean yourself up, you look filthy.
She takes the stick out, the door closes. She shuffles off angrily.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. Fucking bitch. She looks at the last check. She thinks if it's enough to cover rent for another month.
It's not... It's... fine. It's maybe pushing it a little bit.
The 22nd.
Starts getting closer and closer to midnight, and as it actually hits to midnight, you hear another slow knock at your door. Instead of sort of the rapping just anger of your landlord, this one's more like
Trying to sleep in here, she yells out. Hey, oh wait, knock it off.
the handle starts sort of jiggling. Someone is trying to sort of shove their way in.
Jenny begins backing up.
The jiggling sort of gets louder and louder, and all of a sudden sort of stops, and Jenny, the sort of connectedness that you felt to everything around you, you feel sort of frozen still. The edges of the door, the shadows, they start growing larger and larger. They encompass your apartment, they encompass all your trash, all your refuse. It grows and grows. It reaches you in the balcony, and as it sort of surrounds your entire area, you begin to fall. Hold on.
Oh my god, it's John E.R.A.
You fall and drift through this just expanse of bluish, blackish mist and smog, falling, but not really feeling you're in danger, just feeling like you're going down a water slide, but not a very fun one. You still have no idea where you are. You get tossed and turned, and you sort of finally come to a stop, and you find yourself sort of floating in this vast expanse of stars in space, and your eyes sort of try to adjust to the brightness of some of these stars nearby you, and some of them sort of start moving and revolving around each other. They sort of start clumping together. They form masses. Those masses form together to form bigger masses. A set of eyes they open wide, staring at you, perceiving you, understanding you. They squint. They've gotten a good reading on you, it seems.
Oh wow, 5 seconds in, already disappointed with me. A plot begins a slow plot then.
You begin being raised by some sort of large cosmic hand. You get raised higher and higher until you find yourself face to face with this being. You can make out the outline of their head, their body, their shoulders. A being of pure cosmos.
Can't believe it. My weed was laced with LSD. Didn't think that.
Jenny Schmidt. The voice echoes not around you, but in your head, like it's beaming them directly into your consciousness.
My voice in my head, am I falling off the roof of my apartment?
You are not falling off the roof of your apartment. If we imagine time to be a highway going one way or the other, currently you are in an RV off to the side of it. Sorry, I tried to use terms this song should not loop. Apologies.
Ah, I see. So,
I tried to use analogies that you would understand in your time period.
Oh, I'm in a coma on the floor of my balcony. That makes more sense. Gotta say, this is brain. Guy had it to you, brain. Really good. Don't do drugs, PSA. But like, Great, I'm going crazy. That's just what I needed today. Going crazy.
You're not going crazy. My name is Eon. I am a protector, a watcher, a sentinel of time and space.
Okay, weird hallucination man.
He sort of, with his other hand, he sort of takes a piece of the stars around you, a particularly bright one. He moves it towards you and whoosh, sort of expands his finger, and it sort of spreads around, creating this interconnected web. You look into each sort of segment, and each one contains a memory of your life. You see your first kiss, you see when you rode a bicycle for the first time, your first time getting high with friends, your first time sneaking out, your first heartbreak, your second heartbreak, your most recent heartbreak.
A lot more heartbreaks. Okay, so this is some divine punishment for my brain. Yay.
Divine. I don't know if I would say that. Punishment. I'm also not sure if I would say that. Sort of whisks it away.
Okay, Mr. Hallucination Man.
What will it take for me to convince you that this is not a hallucination, that this is, in fact, a higher power? He says this sort of growing in size, speaking to you.
Think. Well, if I'm really speaking to a higher power, I'm going to be way more panicked than I am.
Sort of eyebrow raise, cosmic eyebrow raise for someone who doesn't have eyebrows. Sort of. He wouldn't have the ability to do that. I'm afraid I can't really send you into a panic. Maybe I can show you this. That knocking on your door. I can send you right back to it. I can show you exactly what would have happened.
Sure, go ahead. It's probably going to be wonderfully fun. So I don't want my neighbors complaining about the spell.
He picks out that star again and he shows you. You get sort of a POV shot. It's like you're sitting on the kitchen table watching yourself. It's pretty trippy. The door handle begins getting shaken. Fake Jenny says, sorry, someone's trying to sleep in here. A voice on the other end of the door. No, it's all cool. It's all cool. I got pizza here. I really need to deliver it. I didn't order pizza. No. I'm pretty sure you did. Fake Jenny begins sort of backing away, and the handle finally stops jiggling. It just gets kicked down. A fairly tall woman with crazy blue hair just sort of walks in, dressed like a punk rocker. She is holding a pizza box, but on the other hand, she is holding a gun. And as Jenny is about to scream, this woman just fires at Jenny. It doesn't hit her in any particularly lethal spot. It kind of looks like it hits her in the shoulder, but Jenny just gets disintegrated. And as she gets disintegrated, bits and pieces of the apartment begin fading away as well. You look down and even the kitchen table that you were on, that you remember buying, just fades away into nothingness and gets replaced with some stock furniture. The entire apartment gets factory reset to an extent. The woman blows the smoke out of the gun. Works every time. You get placed back into this. You sort of blink and you're back into this void space.
Oh wow, I get shot and all my problems are fixed. How cool.
Not necessarily. You don't die. Well, are you aware of the cycle of life and death and the cyclical nature of reincarnation?
Yeah.
That gun, that reset, you wouldn't have come back from that. And not only that, every person you've ever had any effect on, big or small, you sort of feel like there's a candle in your chest that just gets blown out instantly, and you just feel cold as he says, it would have been like you never existed in the first place. Your parents would have only had 2 children, as opposed to the 3 they currently have. None of your lovers would have ever been subjected to your humor and wit, or in some cases your sorrow.
And I would have disappointed nobody. So, you know what? That sounds like an upgrade from how today's been going.
I said I was here to offer you a chance. A chance to rebuild. By saving your life there, I can place you in a situation where where you can heal yourself, your relationships with others.
Why? Hey, wait. Why would she kill me?
I'm not sure,
You're
but
not. That's some bullshit.
sort of actual look of like, hey now, like kind of annoyance of just like, no, you believe me. I'm not sure who she is, but there have been many human beings that have lived and breathed on this earth, but I get no pleasure in saying that, without a doubt, Eon looks like he's struggling to say this next part. You have had some of the most negative effects on just the sheer amount of people, just in such a amazing, catastrophic way that honestly I've never seen it before.
Oh, Lil. Really, what did I do to people in other countries?
It's not just that. They had dictators, warlords, politicians. They have some sort of power. But not you. You've just... You've just... He hesitates for a moment. He picks apart a memory again. He picks a memory of you on Twitter just tweeting out, "Fuck it, we ball."
Oh, yeah.
Whatever this is.
That one was a banger. Hey, wait, that... You're calling me a bad person for that?
Not just that. Think of... He places you down again, sort of just floating. He sort of grows, leans backwards, just this pure majesty. This just ethereal, radiant ambiance of this man is off the charts. He begins picking apart different colored memories. You get to see your boyfriend, or sorry, your ex-boyfriend Hector and his friend. They're getting ramen somewhere. He is very clearly, he's not just angry. You know him when he's angry. It's like whatever. He's just actually upset. I can let us tune into this if you want.
Oh, wow, I can hear him talk shit about me. Sure, that'll increase how good my day's been going.
Oh, I tried to snap, it didn't pick up. He snaps his fingers and you begin to hear him. It's not that hard. I know I wasn't the best, but just one small thing. I just want those back. And the fact that she just made it about her is just insane. Just God. She's just an epically royal asshole. Just all the time. Memory sort of cuts and shifts. Eon swaps out of your peripheral with one of your brothers sitting outside with your eldest sister. She sits down next to Jack, and they sort of just... Jack is just upset and just hugs her. Mom doesn't have many years left. I just want her to spend time focusing on the rest of us who really care about her, and not someone who doesn't even care about her own well-being. The memories fade away. You're back in the void space.
Oh, now even to show me my landlord's disappointed in me. So, wow.
Who?
1 second, Neon's going to need a second to recover from that. You know, my landlord, she... Oh, I thought you were doing like the best of the things I fucked up today.
He grabs a memory of your landlord right now who's sleeping. He then actually picks out a different memory. This one of a bunch of workers that are at a garbage plant, sort of just sorting just an endless amount of your trash.
Oh.
Just because you haven't seen someone before doesn't mean you don't have an effect on them in one way or another.
Great, are we gonna go back to my days of being employed at GameStop now?
Ian reaches into his chest and pulls out a spinning, undulating mass of dark purple energy.
I
It-
see, that's what GameStop looks like.
Restock the shelves. Blah. It begins rotating faster and faster around, and it sort of breaks out of its cocoon, and a purple bracelet is floating in the air. Right now, there are 12. 12 people. Yes. 12 people whose history, their events, the effects that they're having on others, they're being changed, they're being challenged. And I need you to help set them back on the right track.
Sounds like you... But aren't I just gonna cause more bad things that happen? Isn't that what I do?
You could. Or, if you do these tasks, you would end up helping. And along the way, you might just start healing.
God, everyone uses that word healing. Healing, I'm fine.
You spent the majority of today on your couch, sitting down, not moving at all, and consuming alcohol or day-old pizza. You are far from fine.
Everyone has their off days, man.
Sorry, did I mean today? I meant the last month.
It's been a month already? I doubt that.
Either you do these things, or I place you right back where you were. And there's no more Jenny. There's no more potential for things to be better. And there's no more you. He sort of your brain flashes not to your ex-boyfriend, because who cares, but it does cut to your family.
Yeah, like they'd be so much happier with me in their life.
You've had positive experiences with them before. You can rebuild back to that.
Fuck it, I'll just prove you're wrong then.
So you'll do it.
Yeah, and I won't learn a single goddamn thing.
Raises an eyebrow again. The bracelet begins rotating and snaps perfectly onto your wrist. It's kind of cute. All right, then. He sort of scoots over, and a bright portal begins swirling and swirling and opens up in front of you. Whenever you're ready.
See you later, fucko.
Do you just walk in?
Yep.
Jenny Schmidt steps into the rift. And so begin Jenny Schmidt's journey across the world and timeline of E.R.A. What will she learn? What will she do? Only time can tell.